All right. We are live. What's going on tonight, everybody? And I know we've got some people on already. And guys, we actually are going to be getting a really cool new intro for that and everything. Let me throw this up here for us. So we're going to change this a little bit. And because the live stream is called Tales from the Crypto, we're going to have a really sweet new intro for all of our live streams coming very, very soon. I just, very soon in the sense that I have to order it from some person on Fiverr first. But rest assured, we'll be getting a really cool intro coming very soon.
Yes.
What's going on tonight, Dan?
Well, we just got done with a rousing episode of Batman Jeopardy on our other channel. That was actually a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun, guys. Anybody that's a Batman fan, definitely check out Batman Theory. We've been telling you guys about it. Dan's channel over there, Batman Theory, is starting to pick up some steam, and we do Batman trivia, and we had Batman Jeopardy for the 3 winners of the first 3 trivia nights on there. So we're going to be doing some crypto trivia on this channel here coming up very soon. We're just figuring out how we're going to structure it, but probably starting like next week, we'll be doing some crypto trivia for it. So let's see who we've got. Oh, Dan's background too. I don't know if anybody noticed that or not, but Dan's changed his background. It's no longer a Death Star wall.
Nope. Hey, if I'm doing Batman Theory, I got to have the Batcave. So it's not finished yet. It's partial. I got to get some more stuff up on the brick, and I got to adjust my comics a little bit. I don't have all my favorite ones up there, but it's hard to really tell on here, really, that because it's not 3-dimensional really in the picture, but it looks pretty spectacular in person. So
I think it looks really cool in the picture too. Like you wouldn't believe that that's spray foam.
Yeah, right.
Literally, it's just spray foam that Dan painted.
Yeah,
that's pretty damn good. I like it. Who we got on here? What's going on, Bart?
Bart, what is up?
Bart's gonna enjoy tomorrow's video. I have a feeling. So I have an inkling that Bart is really gonna enjoy tomorrow's video. If you guys haven't checked out today's video, definitely look at that too. Interesting project. So for anybody that didn't get a chance to watch it yet, it's a new series that I think it's been getting really good feedback from the comments and hasn't gotten a dislike yet. So that's cool. So people seem to really like that style. We're gonna start doing reaction videos for different cryptos. I came up with the idea a couple of days ago. I'm like, reaction videos are like ridiculously popular on YouTube. People reacting to movie trailers, people reacting to other YouTubers' videos and stuff like that. Nobody in the crypto space does a reaction video. So I'm like, how cool would it be to take a coin that people are just shilling like crazy in the comments and look at it firsthand, give you guys kind of a firsthand view of when I look at something. What is my first initial thoughts on something without looking at it prior to actually making the video. So I thought it was kind of cool. It was a lot of fun to make that because you guys kind of get a bird's eye view of, obviously I didn't do like a full scale, like, okay, this is everything I would go through, but it was kind of a, 5 to 10 minute, like, okay, initially, yeah, I like this project. It's pretty darn cool and everything. I think it'd be fun too, because there's certain cryptos out there, not going to actually, we will name some names. SafeMoon, a lot of people talking about SafeMoon right now. And look, it's making a lot of people a lot of money. Is it a long-term investment? Not no, hell no. To me, I would stay as far away from that as possible personally. Because as fast as it rose, it could drop right back down. Look at Dogecoin right now. Actually, we're going to answer one of Bart's questions about Doge here in just a second too. But, projects like that, you get a lot of people that are shilling them in the comments. So we want to kind of do like a reaction type video for those where we'll let you guys kind of have a live look at when we look at a project. Do we like it, or do we look at it and say, yeah, this is nothing type of thing. So
right.
It got really good feedback. I didn't know if it was going to be popular or not, but it's been getting great feedback. So we'll definitely continue and make a whole series out of that. What's up, Dad? He's coming from Myrtle Beach right now. He's on vacation right now. So him and Mom are coming live from Myrtle Beach. So I know he's enjoying the pump in the market. We were talking about it the other day there when it dropped down, and now it's back up and pumping like crazy. And we're gonna share a screen here in a few minutes and kind of talk about that because it's been pumping today. So he says a seafood restaurant in Myrtle Beach advertises they are now accepting Bitcoin. Yeah. Mom texted me a picture of that earlier and said that they accept Bitcoin now.
Wow.
It's coming, guys. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
The revolution is unfolding right in front of our very eyes. So Bart says, did you see anything about Amazon accepting Dogecoin? So that's really interesting, Bart. And I think we are going to make a video on it because, I saw Jeff Bezos basically came out and said something to the effect, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but something to the effect the other day of follow the smart money. And I guess he was referring to like Mark Cuban and Elon Musk, continuously tweeting about Dogecoin and everything. So I don't know how much to read into it because I don't know, like, is he basically saying, yeah, you should invest in that because they're just going to continue to keep on shilling it, or, stay away from it. It's a bad idea. I mean, I get the impression he's saying that it might be something worth investing in because it could get to people are speculating $1 or something like that. In terms of Amazon accepting it, I don't know. I'm going to have to dive deeper into it.
I actually took it the complete opposite way. I actually took it that Jeff Bezos is saying, don't follow, Bitcoin or this whole, crypto. I think he's saying that's the way I look at it, at least, is he's saying follow smart money, follow what's gotten people rich for hundreds of years, like the stock market or investing in companies like Amazon. And that's just my 2 cents. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look into it a ton, but it is a really interesting, idea. So I definitely want to, dive into it a little bit. Maybe we'll make a video about that, depending on kind of what we find and everything. Because hey, that would be really interesting. If Amazon starts accepting Dogecoin for payment, it's game over. I mean, Dogecoin is hitting $1. At least in my opinion, I would have to believe that it will. Will they? It's hard to say because there's so many better projects that they could be accepting as payment. But hey, people love Dogecoin. It makes crypto interesting. That's for sure. Yeah. And like I said, some of those projects, there's a lot of them out there like that. That they get a little bit of a following and they start going. John says, "Yo, what's going on, John?"
What's up, John?
Leroy says, "Sad I missed. I had to work a double, but one live stream out of 2 ain't bad." That's right. You can always watch the replay of it. We had some Batman Jeopardy. Dan found a sweet software that will let us actually have like a cool Jeopardy board and everything. We might do that on here. It's gonna be a little bit different with crypto because you have to structure the questions totally differently and everything. It's definitely a different animal to try to kind of figure that out and everything. But I think it'd be a lot of fun.
That's the thing we're struggling though, is like trying to figure out how to make it where it's not ridiculously hard questions or ridiculously easy. There's got to be like a fine, happy medium. And that's gonna be tough. We'll figure it out.
Oh yeah. Tam says, "Yo, what's going on, Tam?" Let's see. What do you think of DogeFi? Got in at 318 and it's up to like 6 or so now. Kind of just hopped on it and it's not a bad return so far. Not too long ago, I was at 15, or it was at 15. Interesting. I haven't looked into it personally.
I think that's DogeFi. You said Kyle's got Doge on the brain right now.
You know what? Maybe I'll write that down. Maybe we'll add that. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do a reaction video for that one coming up here too. Like it was a lot of fun doing the one for I don't even know. It's either Veracity or Veracity. I kept saying Veracity in the video just because I thought it sounded cooler. But if you guys haven't watched that video from today, definitely check it out. It's a really, really interesting, project that's going on with it and everything. And I really enjoyed making that video because literally people are talking about it like crazy in the comments and stuff like that, saying, "Oh, talk about this. And it was kind of fun, like not reading any, like, or watching anybody else's videos about it, not reading any news or anything about it like ahead of time and not looking at their website. It was kind of like getting ready for like a big movie and not wanting to be spoiled on anything. So it was kind of fun. So we're going to start, maybe 1 week we'll do that. We've got, speculation Saturday and then maybe we'll have like a reaction Monday or something, something like that for it. It'll be kind of cool. So Bart says, "What's up, Dirk, Jonathan, and Tam?" Absolutely.
Tam says, "Isn't Free Comic Book Day coming up May 1st? Yes, it is. Marvel came out with I think they're going to do an Incredible Hulk issue that they're doing, and maybe an Amazing Spider-Man. So I'm excited about that. And then Tam says, "Are there free comic books, or are there comic books for crypto under Doge? Bitman. I like that Bitman. The
Bitman. I was gonna say that is that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. All right, so guys, be honest in the comments. How many people were panicking this weekend when the price tanked? All I can say is I was filming a video and my phone kept blowing up. Like it kept literally going off like every 5 seconds. And my CoinStats app like notifies me when something either rises really quickly or falls really quickly. And literally every one that I have like preset on it that I want it to notify me of, either ones that I have in my portfolio or ones that are on my radar, it'll notify me. And literally it just kept on like down 12%, down 20%, down 10% on all these different projects. But I've been doing it long enough that, you know, you come to expect that type of stuff, especially if you, again, guys, look at the historical data on Bitcoin. And I want to go in and we're going to look at something here in just a second and kind of show, because Derek and I were actually having this debate. Derek kept saying he thought it was going down to 42. And I said, I think it's stopping at 47. There's too much support there. And I'll show you guys what I was talking about. But, you know, a lot of people, if you're brand new to it, you don't see those type of corrections every day, like in the stock market or something like that. Like it just doesn't happen like that. But we're in the middle of a bull run. I truly believe that we are absolutely still on pace to get at least 250,000 in Bitcoin, you know, before the end of the cycle and everything. If you haven't checked it out before, definitely look up the stock and flow chart. So the stock and flow chart was created as kind of a gauge as far as where the Bitcoin market is. It's incredibly accurate. Like, I mean, it's almost scary how accurate this guy is. Like he's literally within like, I don't know what the exact percentage is, but it's literally within like 1% of where it's been over the time that it's been tracking Bitcoin. Like it's scary how accurate this thing is. The guy that created that is predicting a 75K Bitcoin by the end of May. So just beware that within a month he's predicting 75K Bitcoin. He's been right pretty much all the way along. So you know, it's definitely it's one of those things where you know, you got to have strong hands on stuff like that. And if you had money on the sideline, it was a great time to buy in. I bought more Aave yesterday. I bought more Cardano the other day, and I bought more VeChain yesterday because it finally, I kept wanting to buy more VeChain, but it just kept rising and rising and rising. And then finally yesterday it dropped, or Saturday into Sunday, it dropped big time. And that's when I finally entered in and was able to buy up some more VeChain. So I was really happy about that. And then Theta was the other one that I bought more of. Bart says, not at all. I love it. It's frustrating, but it's how crypto is. Yeah, that's what I agree. And that's what I've been saying to everybody. You know what? Hey, if you can't take the 20% losses, you don't deserve the 200% gains that come with it sometimes. Yeah. And that's the truth of it, guys. We're in a bull market. It's, you know what, you're going to have those corrections. It's healthy. Bitcoin had 6 months in a row in the green. It was the longest streak ever for Bitcoin of positive months without any type of a negative month. It needed a little bit of a breather. It needed that. And the institutions are loving it, I guarantee, because they're continuously buying it. And they loved it. John says he freaked when he saw the flood of notifications, turned them off, and held steady. I love it. Frustrating, but ended up being a great opportunity. Yeah, you know, that's the way I looked at it. You know what? It's there's always an opportunity if you've got money kind of on the sideline and you're not sure where to put it yet. You get a dip like that, everything's on sale. At that point, you can buy whatever the heck you want to buy, and you're going to get a great deal on it because you're going to make an extra 20 to 30% on it right there. Oh yeah. Using MetaMask to switch from the Ethereum to Binance Coin and purchase other cryptos is a bit difficult. Any tips in doing so so we can purchase other coins? So I actually don't use MetaMask. I did because it used to be the Jax wallet back in like 2017. I used to use it, and I don't use it anymore. So I can't give you an exact on that just because I haven't used it in probably 4 years, and I'm guessing they've made a lot of changes to it since then, unfortunately. It did use it when they first came out with it. They were like revolutionary because it was the first time that you could ever do anything like that. It was the first time that you could switch back and forth between them and everything so quickly and efficiently. And now, you know, everybody's kind of caught on and is starting to do it too. So Luis says, what's up? What's going on, Luis? let me every coin. Interesting. I'm going to write these ones. I'm going to go back to the chat on this video, and I'm going to write a couple of these down, and we'll do these as reaction videos. Those will be kind of fun. We'll do reaction style videos on every coin, and then Dogefi, whatever that one's called. So we'll do those ones. Let me drop this right here. Let me share my screen here. Let me turn off the comments. There we go. All right, share. All right. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you go on CoinMarketCap right here, so when you go down to the actual chart right here, you can actually change it over to TradingView. So TradingView is an app where it'll show the candles instead of the actual line graph on it. It's actually going to show candles. A lot of people that do like technical analysis use this instead because it's way easier to be able to read it for that type of stuff. But what I was talking about earlier with the support level, because a lot of YouTubers were basically saying we were going down to like this range right here, like 42,000 is where they were thinking that it was going to. And that was what Derek and I kept kind of discussing on that. What was going to happen? You know, is it going to be 47 or is it going to be 42? I was very confident that it was going to be 47. You know, personally, I don't know that we'll ever see Bitcoin dip below 47,000 again. The reason that I think that is, or right around the 47,000 mark. Because if you look at this right here, I mean, look at all this support that's built up right here. I mean, how many days or weeks is that at that point where there's a giant support level right there all the way across? And guess where it bounced off? Right there at about 47.1 right there. So it bounced right off from it and then shot right back up from there. But look at all those levels of support right there all the way through. And then if you go back out this way, because this is the way most people are probably most used to viewing this. Again, I mean, you look at it, there's 48,000 right there, that line right there. I mean, how many times does it either hit that line or just below it, which would be the 47,000 mark, and it bounces right back up from there. So it's a huge line of support right there. The other thing, had that have bounced down below the 47, you know, those support levels kind of work both ways. It either acts as a level of support where the price is not going to get back down below it. The worry was if it went below 47 and it went down to, let's say, 42, then that 47 is going to act as a resistance point because there was a ton of support there previously. So now that's going to be a huge resistance point trying to break back through that. And it would take a little while to do that. So, you know, just guys, always things to take a look at. I'm not one to get into a lot of like technicals or anything like that. That's usually about the extent that I go into it, but I look for different trends or support levels that are forming where it's pretty clear that, okay, I mean, you take a look at this and I mean, that's a pretty steady line right there all the way back into February, you know, so that's over 2 months worth of a hard line right there that it's probably not going to get below that. And, you know, again, we may never see Bitcoin get below 47,000 again. You know, it bounced right off from it. And now it's kind of, you know, back on the rise a little bit and everything, which is great to see. Market cap's back up over 2 trillion, which is nice. Bitcoin's back over 1 trillion. All is right in the crypto world. 24-hour volumes looking really healthy and everything. And I mean, you go down through, everything is up today. Hey, you know what? Those are the days we love to see right there. And we needed something like that after what just happened. Even Doge is up a little bit, but look at that. Still down 30% compared to everything else, for the most part being way up. And like I said, VeChain, I went and bought some more of that yesterday. And then same thing with Theta. Theta was down, you know, a decent amount. And I was able to go in and get some more of that too, which I was really happy about. You know, the other interesting thing, and I was going to make a video about this and I still might, I think Ethereum's primed. I mean, I really do. I think Ethereum, it's been hitting all-time highs and everything. I think that they're primed really for a big run up. And I think what's going to happen is as Ethereum rises, I think you're going to start to see Ethereum based projects rise with it. Okay. So actually one other one I did buy was Aave. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier or not, but Aave was one that I bought a little bit more of as well, because Aave is the most well-known Ethereum based project that there is right now. It's kind of the golden goose right now. And I think that you're going to start to see projects like Aave, Uniswap. There's a lot of rumors out there that Uniswap is getting ready to go on a big run, because anything that's part of that Ethereum, based off the Ethereum blockchain, I really think is going to be primed for a big run, because if Ethereum goes, the rest of their community of tokens is going to run with them as well. So definitely be on the lookout for that, because I do think ETH is ready for at least to get to that $3,000 mark very, very soon. But I think by summer we will be, I would say July to August timeframe. I believe you will see Ethereum at 10K, and I think by the end of the year you're going to see it 20 to 25K, somewhere in there. So before the end of the cycle, I do believe that. And let me pull this back down, because I was telling, there we go. I was telling them the other night, Dan, after you had hopped off, the conversation you and I had in the truck, because a lot of people, they have a really hard time fathoming the fact that, Bitcoin, where it's at right now, 55K, whatever it's at right now, like, how the heck is it going to get to, 250K, let's say, by the end of this bull cycle, which is going to be what is basically the end of April right now. So let's just say May 1st right now. By Halloween, how's it going to get to that point? We're only 5 to 6 months away. Like, how is it going to get there? And what we were talking about was, if you actually think about it, like, guys, if you think about this, or take Ethereum, for instance, if Ethereum gets to, let's say, 20K by the end of the year, I'm going to go conservative and say 20K. If it gets there, really from here, that's less than a 10X. Okay. It's at 2,500 right now. That's less than a 10X. That's like what, a 7 or 8X. If you look at where it was 6 months ago, if you would have bought Ethereum 6 months ago, which would have been September, October timeframe, you're probably about the same amount up right now on that as that. So if you average that out, the numbers are larger, but the actual multiplier is going to end up being the exact same. Because if you would have bought ETH back in October, I don't know exactly what the number was, but it was well under $1,000. I mean, it was probably $400 or $500. And you see where it's at now. It's basically 7x'd itself in the last 6 months. If it was, let's say it was $400, and right now it's sitting at 2,500. It's almost 6x'd itself. So if you were to 6x that from here, you're right about that 20K or just shy of that. I think it'll go faster than that, because as it really heats up and you get into the later stages of the bull run, that's when things get crazy. Things start going parabolic because people start FOMOing into stuff because they're worried that they're going to miss out on the gains. And that's when things really get crazy. Same thing with Bitcoin. If you would have bought that, back when it was 10K, and again, I don't remember the exact price targets it was, but I can tell you, probably back October timeframe, somewhere in there, it was probably about 10K. Well, guess what? It's almost 60K right now. It's 55. It's a 5.5x. If you 5x where we're at right now, you're over 200. You're over 250K. So it sounds crazy, but you start doing the math on it, and it's like, okay, yeah, holy shit, this thing could take off, and I think it's gonna. Let's see. Check out Rope Token. I got 200 of them for free in an airdrop. Interesting. All right. We'll take a look at it here in just a second. Leroy says he accidentally typed in Poe and found out that there's a poo coin.
That's funny.
So, Tam, we're going to find out on Wednesday. Derek was going to be on here tonight. Unfortunately, his wife had something that she had to take care of tonight, and he's watching the kids, so he wasn't able to hop on tonight, but he'll have everything updated for us. And then Wednesday, what we're going to do for the crypto is that'll be the trading night. So anybody that wants to trade, that's the halfway point of it. You'll be able to trade out different projects on Wednesday. So he should have an update. And I'll see if maybe he can post an update in the groups tomorrow, because he said he had everything kind of figured out. It was just a matter of he wasn't sure if he would be on tonight or not. Leroy says 10K. Holy crap. I'm telling you, I think it's going way above 10K. At least in my opinion, I think it's going way above 10K. And it's hard to believe, like, these numbers sound just so crazy, but then right now, if you were to separate the the bull run. Okay, if you were to separate the bull run in, let's use like a baseball analogy. If you had a 9 inning game, let's just say that the bull run is a baseball game. We're only about the 4th inning right now, maybe going into the 5th. I mean, we're at the halfway point. What's usually the most exciting point of the game? Usually the 8th and 9th inning, because if it's a tie ball game, that's when things get really, really interesting and things start to heat up. That's what we're headed for as we get closer to the end of this bull run. Things get crazy. Things start going parabolic. That's where you see these massive gains where something, Bitcoin, if it's 100K in August right now, which that's kind of the target, it's not out of the question that it literally like 2.5 times itself within the span of like a month and a half, because people will start to see like, holy shit, people weren't lying when they said that Bitcoin would at least hit 6 figures. And, they start to FOMO into it. I mean, Dan, you'll probably remember this. The last bull run when Bitcoin touched 20K, that was like a monumental thing. Yeah. There was reports out there. People were taking out second mortgages on their house to buy Bitcoin, and they bought it at 20K. And then what happened? It stayed at 20K for hardly any time, and then just absolutely went into a free fall. And, hopefully those people held on and waited it out. I mean, that would have been really tough, but hopefully they waited it out because they're probably really happy with themselves now. Excuse me. But it's, it's definitely one of those things where, people get crazy with what they're willing to do for it to just get a piece of that, because they see the potential of potentially life-changing money, and they'll do whatever they can to get it. What's your thoughts on Bonfire token? Just dropped 5 days ago, 80,000 holders, just dropped on CoinGecko today, not on CoinMarketCap. Interesting. What we might do with that one, actually, all the ones that you guys are talking about in here, what we might do is maybe we'll do some reaction videos for each one of those. If you guys are just joining, we dropped a video earlier today. We did a reaction video to Veracity, however you say it. A lot of people were wanting us to cover that. So we did kind of a cool reaction video where we didn't pre-plan any of it. I hadn't researched any of it. It's not a coin that I had bought because it was a newer, fairly new project overall. I hadn't bought any of it or anything like that, and really was just kind of first hearing about it. So we did a reaction video, basically my initial thoughts on it without diving too deep into it, just to see. And it was a cool video. So maybe that's what we'll do with some of these ones right here. We'll make a quick video about them. Luis says for ETH is conservative targets 8 to 12. I think I would agree with you. I think conservatively less than 20. Anything less than 15 to 20 is conservative, and I think if it hits 20, it could very, very possibly hit 25 to 30, somewhere in there. My target's pretty much been that 20 to 25 range. I really think it gets there, but I would agree. I think conservatively, anything under 15 to 20, I think is a good conservative estimate for it. So anybody that's not in ETH yet, guys, it's not too late. It's absolutely not too late. You can get in and you can still make some crazy gains on it. See it going to 20K ideally. I think so. I think that's where at least it's at. I think it's going to land somewhere right around 25. Take a look at this when you get a sec. It's a weird project, but interesting and decent daily volume. Elon, I've been hearing about it. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet because we've been so busy making videos and kind of prepping a bunch of stuff for things that we've got coming up for you guys. But I have been hearing a lot about that. I'm in like probably way too many Facebook groups and stuff like that. And I'm subscribed to a bunch of crypto YouTubers to, keep an eye on what people are talking about, what people are interested in and everything. But I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups, mostly altcoin groups and everything. And this is one that continuously keeps popping up. People talking about this. Safe Moon is another huge one that they're all talking about right now. And there was one other one. I'm trying to remember what it is right now, but there's like 2 or 3 that people are like really, really high up on right now talking about. So yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that one too, Bart.
Tam says Elon the Musk token. That would be a great name for it. That's what they should call it.
I think one of these companies should just hire Tam to make up like cool names and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Ooh, no, okay, so she could be like in charge of naming these new NFTs that are coming out and everything. Like all of them have you know, depending on what the NFT is, they all have different names for them and everything, just like a piece of art does. Like that could be like Tam's thing, and she could be like, she could name each one of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Mark Cuban's going to be on the Ellen Show discussing Dogecoin tomorrow. Interesting.
That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna get it out.
You know what? I know Mark Cuban's a big Doge fan. He come right on record and basically said, like, you know, hey, there's no intrinsic value. It's not something that you bring it in as a store of value. You don't use it as any type of use case or anything like that. It's a lotto ticket. You know what? It's safer than a lotto ticket, and it's just fun to kind of see what happens. It's the most bang for your buck you'll ever get out of you know, crypto. That's interesting, though. I'm going to have to either I'll watch it, or if I don't have time to watch it live, maybe I'll watch the recording of it, because it's going to be really interesting. I'm curious to see what he has to say. I know he's a huge crypto fan. Like, I know he's a big fan of the space. He one of the reasons that I'm so big on Aave, I think that they've got a great project, but Mark Cuban has come out and said that that's his biggest holding for crypto is Aave, because he believes DeFi is the future, and he thinks Aave is the best DeFi project going right now. So that's interesting, though. Tam says she did a tech talk for her employer, like a TED talk called Processing Integrated Ground Station in Space, Pigs in Space. Luis says, how's the fantasy stuff going? So we'll have an update on Wednesday, Luis, and then also I'm going to see if Derek can post it in the groups tomorrow. He was going to be on tonight and unfortunately wasn't able to. So we'll see if he can post it in the groups tomorrow, so everybody can kind of get an idea where they're at, and if they have any trades they want to make. We're gonna do the trades on Wednesday for it. That's the thing. Like, I think at some point they will. And that's so Mark Cuban has come out and also said that he's more of a fan of ETH than he is of Bitcoin, just because of all the use case for Ethereum and everything. So that's the thing. If more billionaires would come out and pump it, you know, it'd be better. But I'm going to guess that they're all holding huge bags of ETH right now, and they don't want to pump it too much yet, because they want the price to stay as low as it can for as long as it can, so they can just keep accumulating for it. But no, I think ETH is going to be the darling of this bull run. Next bull run, I mean, it's 3 to 4 years away, so it's hard to say. But at that point, I think Cardano and Dot will be ready to go. But they're going to both do well this one too. But I think they're more long-term projects for it. Hard to not want to buy as many altcoins as possible when you can pick them up for a small price and get a few million in hopes that one of them. That's kind of the cool thing, you know. That's the cool thing with those low cap gems. And you know, Dan and I are gonna do we're gonna do a series. We're gonna film a series for it where because we make these low cap gem videos and everything, and we're gonna film a series where we each take, I don't know, like $250, something like that. And we pick 5 of them, put $50 in each, just to kind of show everybody, like, okay, here's how you go and purchase them. Here's where you go and get them. And then we'll track them, just see what happens. You know what? We'll you know, so, and that's the thing. Sometimes with those projects, there's not a whole lot of researching that you can always do on some of those. Like, I don't research those nearly as much as I do the big projects. Because for those ones, if I'm going to put a significant portion of my crypto portfolio in a project or in, you know, a group of projects, I'm going to make sure I've done my research on that and that I really, really like it. For these ones, it's just kind of, again, it's a lot of, you know what, you take a very, very small portion of it and throw it in there. And I've got a small portion of mine in some of the small ones already, but we want to do it kind of as a thing for you guys, so you can see, you know, hey, if you took a couple $100 and you just threw it in a few of these, you know, again, even if you just hit one of them.
Absolutely.
Bart says he's banking in UBX for that. UBX has been performing really, really well. Still super undervalued, I think. Definitely, you guys check out the one that came out Sunday. We did a low cap gem one, and there's a couple on there. Essentia, I'm really, really interested with. All about master nodes, yield farming, that type of stuff. I'm really, really interested in that project. And then I don't want to give out the other one because that's actually on the next video that we're going to be covering. But I found another one that I really, really like. A Luna that was on the one that we just did as well. I'm really a big fan of that project. I think that's pretty cool. Next bull run, Polkadot and Solana. I can't argue with that. I think Solana is a great project too. We just did a video on them. The more that I continue to research them and what they're doing, the more I like it. I think that they're a great project, and Polkadot I'm a huge fan of. I think that they're going to be massive. They've got great leadership, and I think some of the hottest things coming out are going to be the IDOs that are coming out of that. Cryptip says diversification. Absolutely. Got to stay diversified with it. A lot of it depends on your guys' budget too. If you're starting with 500 or less, you might want to stick to just Ethereum and Bitcoin for the time being until you can grow that a little bit. If you got $1,000, we can spread it a little bit. You get to like 5 to 10,000, and we're going to make some videos on that. It makes it a little easier to start diversifying out to 5 to 10 projects or more. You can still have a pretty decent position in each one, but it's okay to be able to diversify a little bit. What else we got, Dan? You got anything?
Not tonight. We do actually have a pretty big one planned for Wednesday, but we do have, let's see, Joshua wants to know thoughts on Cardano.
I love it. That's let's see, it's one of that's probably my fourth or fifth biggest holding that I have. I love that project. I think so. To me, that's one of my long-term holds. I'm obviously, if I make great profit on it, which I do believe it will, I think it's going to hit somewhere around $9 to $10 end of the year for. So it's still at a great price right now. It's like $1.20, $1.25, somewhere in there right now. So still a great price. I think it'll ultimately end up, $9 to $10 somewhere in there by the end of this year. But to me, that's a long-term hold. They're one of those projects where Charles Hoskinson, I think, is one of the best leaders in crypto. And they never get the cart before the horse. They're not all about the hype or anything like that. For them, it's all about before we unveil anything, let's make sure it's ready. They've got maybe the best fundamentals in all of crypto. And I will say they got a huge backing. Like, they have a huge following of faithful fans and everything. If nothing else, they're going to continue to keep pushing them towards the top and everything. Mm-hmm. So they're one of my picks, along with Polkadot. And then I would agree with Luis on Solana. For next bull run to be probably the biggest gainers. They will be like the Ethereum of this right here. And that's the other part of it, guys. If it's showing us anything, NFTs are really hot. I think they're here to stay. I know they're here to stay. I mean, NFTs are super hot. Can they continue to keep that up? I mean, collectible stuff right now in general, doesn't matter if it's NFTs. I mean, all you got to do is look at baseball cards and stuff like that. Super popular. Can they keep up and stay that way forever? It's hard to say, because you look back through history and there's been a lot of collectible stuff that doesn't always continue to hold its value throughout the course of time. DeFi absolutely, I think, is going to come out and be the big winner, just because the application for it is so great. And the other big winner is going to be these ecosystems or these smart contract platforms where people can go in and build whatever they need to, dApps or anything like that on top of their blockchain or within their ecosystem that they have for it. I think that's if this is proving anything, I mean, you look at the top 20, you got Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano, Solana. I mean, you go down through the list, and a lot of them are smart contract application platforms. So that's showing right there that that's the big use case right now. And then the other stuff is DeFi. All right. Well, guys, I think we'll end it there for tonight, only because Dan and I both have videos that we have to get filmed and ready for tomorrow. So we'll end it there for tonight, guys. Make sure to tune in on Wednesday, because we will have updates for the Crypto Fantasy League. Also, anybody that wants to do any trades or anything like that, you'll be able to do that on Wednesday. You got anything else, Dan?
Nope. I think that does it.
Awesome. Guys, have a great rest of your night, and we'll catch you guys Wednesday. Make sure to check out the video tomorrow. Very interesting video for what we've got going for tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.